Hey boys, welcome back to some more NRL Supercoach Season 2020. It's going to be the round 2 review, and obviously some disappointing news has come out. The season, it was sort of inevitable. I was hoping we could potentially get a couple more rounds in, but things are progressing pretty quickly all across Australia. Things were they were getting pretty drastic, so I was not surprised to learn that the season was going to get suspended. So yeah, very disappointing news. But obviously there are more important things in the world than sports, and rugby league will be back. Depending how long it'll be. I know I'm not gonna talk too much about that. I might make it like a separate video discussing stuff, but the NRL could come back in a very different state depending how long all this goes on for. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised, just the initial hunch, I wouldn't be surprised if there's quite a few less teams in the comp. But that, could be a silver lining. But let's get into the main part of this. I obviously might as well do the round 2 review. It's going to be the last one for a while, so might as well do it. As you can see, we scored 1130, only top 14%. I thought, I knew it was going to be a decently high scoring round, but yeah, a lot of people scored well. Season rank 11,742, not that good. And then top score there, or total score. So yeah, I feel like the team was starting to come together, and we'll go through the game day here. A couple of, one huge disappointment, and the rest was pretty good. I mean, 1130 I'm fairly happy with, but let's have a look here. Actually, we'll go, how did my league boys go this week? Ethan's victims, who had a very good round 1, had an absolutely shocking round 2. He's still killing it, total points. Honestly, I don't know what his team is, but it must be a pretty strange team if he scored so well in that first round and so poorly in this round. His team must be very strange, honestly. Yeah, as you can see, pretty much everyone got over 1100, dude. Yeah, most people. So let's go through. Tamalolo, 99. Very, very good. Api Coruscant, again, 76. Isaiah Yeo, I did bring him in for Wanga Blake, and it worked out very well. The Parramatta Eels scored 46 points, something like that, and Wanga Blake, I think, got 20 something. So yeah, my trade was definitely worth it. And basically, the thing it came down to, I wouldn't have been surprised if Wanga Blake got 60, 70 points in that game against the Titans. But one, it's against the Titans, and also the thing I was factoring up was, I was mainly just seeing if Isaiah Yeo was going to play big minutes in that first round. Obviously, he got a couple of line breaks, and his score blew out to much higher than he usually would, but his minutes were really good, and his base stats were very good. So I'm like, to be able to get a centre wing for, 400k, gonna average about 50 to 60 points. That's bank. That's absolute bank, dude. You look at like a Wanga Blake, you look at Braden Burns, James Roberts, Leilua, most of those guys, they need at least a try to score 50, 60 points. A lot of times they might need like probably maybe either like 2 try assists or a line break and a try. And then they also need decent base stats. If they get a couple of tries, then obviously it blows out, but they're a lot of them don't have incredible base stats. So Isaiah Yeo, it was just sort of an obvious pick. Zach Lomax, 55, pretty happy he did get he got the try. Bloody old mate, what's his name? Oh my god. Tim Lafai, God, just had another, just an absolute mind blank there. Tim Lafai, I don't know why he passed it. I have zero idea why the hell Lafai passed the ball to Lomax. He was basically over the try line, but I'm very happy he did, because they gave Lomax an absolute gift try to add to his stats, and yeah, pretty happy. Payne Haas, 162, put him as captain. Obviously, you know, Tamalolo would have been a great choice, but I mean, 81 points, yeah, that's you know, it's very good. It's extremely good. Jermaine Azarko, 63, again, very happy I got him in the first round. Pat Carrigan, 60, very good. David Fafita, 52, obviously not quite as good, but that's what you should expect from David Fafita. Honestly, he's very similar to like a Viliami Kikau. I think he's probably, if the season was going, you know, properly, I would say Fafita probably overall would be a little bit more consistent than Kikau. And then he also has the ceiling, you know, if he can easily break tackles, break the line, get a try to get up to 70, 80 points. But 50, 55, you know, that sort of thing is around if he's not going to get many attacking stats. Liam Knight, 46, again. So he's one guy that I was very tempted to trade out because I'm just, honestly, he's not, you know, he's not really costing much because he only, what's he, like 430,000. So, you know, if he's averaging like 50, it's still decent. He'll make a little bit of cash, but honestly, just a bit of a letdown so far. And the guy I was probably looking to bring in was Corey Horsburgh. Honestly, there's a couple of decent options, but yeah, Liam Knight, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done this week if I would have pulled the trigger. I probably would have kept Liam Knight for another week because he wasn't going to go down in price. He wasn't going to go up in price. He was going to stay about the same. So you probably give him another week. Katoa from the Warriors, I did play him because the kid looked like an absolute monster in that first game. Very impressive. He scored 51 in probably like 60 minutes, 55, 60 minutes, I think it was. He came on, 20, 25 minute mark and played the rest of the game. He just looked bloody. Yeah, he looked good. He is definite one for the future for New Zealand and international. Dude, he was absolute gun. And then this week he was poised to score a really good score, but then that head clash, he had to go off with HIA. It screwed him up a bit, but he still scored 50 as a bottom dollar cheapie. I mean, he's gonna be, again, if the season kept going, he would be the absolute cheapie of the year without doubt. This kid is an absolute star. Tommy Trbojevic, 71. Honestly, like a good score for sure. Very good score against the Roosters. You know, got to be happy with that. But for the way he played, he deserved more points than that. He deserved a lot more points. But you know, 71, got to be happy. Ryan Papenhuyzen, 59. Again, you know, got to be happy with that. And then we get to some of the, well, two of the disappointing ones. Sean Johnson, 28. I mean, not that disappointing because, I mean, that's your halves. I mean, he scored 90-odd last week. The Sharks, you know, weren't that good. So it makes sense. They weren't, you know, not much attacking play. I don't want to say not that good because they were very close to beating the Storm, honestly. Maybe not unlucky, but it was a very close game. Just not many points in it, which, you know, that's the thing with the Storm. It's tough for a half like Johnson. So 28, it's disappointing, but honestly not that unexpected, and I'm not too bothered by it. The next one here, Jack Williams, 26. I talked about this in the first round, that he is so far the most disappointing, and then this second round has just topped that off, dude. 26 in, like, I don't know how many minutes he played. I didn't really watch much of the game. But I think he only played, I actually don't even know. He must have played like decent. I think I looked on the stats, and I think he played like 40, 45 minutes, which that isn't very good to start with, but 26 points. Like, he's the biggest letdown without doubt, because I didn't think he was a must-have because there's a lot of good back row options, but honestly, he was my tip. If there was one guy that I would have, a bit of a pod, I guess. He wasn't that well owned, but one guy I was banking on being an absolute star this year was Jack Williams. I was like, he's going to score big. I thought he is going to kill it in Supercoach this year, and he has just come out and just disappointed me so badly. Very surprising. And then Kurt Mann, I played as well. I was very impressed with Kurt Mann in the first round against the Warriors. He just looked very good, and then he backed it up against the West Tigers. He looked extremely good, just tackle breaking, decent ball playing, more of a runner, good defense. He did get bumped off a few times by Luciano Leilua, but he's a big boy. He's a big, strong boy. But yeah, Kurt Mann looked very good. 58 points, got to be happy. Mitchell Moses, 108 points. I think, well, a lot of people traded him out last round for some God knows reason. I have no idea why. But I think probably a few people that did keep him probably would have captained him, potentially. I don't know. It was a gutsy call, though, because of the week before taking on the Bulldogs. They couldn't score a try. But against the Titans, it was obviously, it was a time to captain him. But, I went with Payne Haas. I'm still happy with that. But obviously Moses or Tamalolo would have banked me a few more points. Jai Arrow, 56. He was looking... This one's disappointing because Arrow was looking good for a 60-70 plus score in the middle of the field, and then the Titans, I feel bad for the Titans because, they were rubbish, but they also had plenty of injury concerns. Copley got injured, Peachy injured, Tyrone Roberts injured, so Jai Arrow was playing out in the back row, so he was on like 30, he was on like mid-30s at half-time, and I was expecting big points, big minutes in the middle, and then obviously I think he played 80 minutes in the back row eventually, but obviously his work rate was down, so 56 still pretty good. And then the non-reserves, dude, I mean, everyone's scoring pretty well. Ben Hampton, 61, getting another try. Willie Army, 43, decent. Luai, okay. Rudolph, very good, 50. Brayley, 46. Walters, 47. Musgrove, okay. Callum Watkins, not that good. But yeah, that's the scoring breakdown. Honestly, pretty good all across the park. Yeah, the biggest letdown, obviously Johnson, but I'm not too disappointed. And then the biggest one, yeah, Jack Williams. So if this week was going ahead like usual, Jack Williams is 1,000,000% going. And so this is where it would have been tough because there's heaps of good options mid-range. I mean, there's Tarpany, there's Horsburgh, Jaden Sewer is not bad. There's heaps of good options around that 300, 400 range, which I could get. Or I could trade Williams for a absolute cheapie because, I could easily play like Billy Walters as my fourth reserve, or I could play Blake Brayley as my fourth reserve. I don't have a real good one, but, there's options there. But Jack Williams 100% would be going. So let's have a look at who we got. Unfortunately, I think the right side will be cut off for you guys. But who can I afford? So, oh yeah, honestly, Luciano Leilua, he would probably be straight in. Can I afford? I can't afford him. Luciano, I can't quite afford him at 434,000. But this is where I could trade out Liam. So this is the other thing. I was thinking about trading Liam Knight for Corey Horsburgh, who's like 360. So if I did that, I could easily afford Luciano Leilua. But let's actually see who I can actually afford. So 430, basically exact. Felice Kafusi. Used to be an absolute gun. I don't know what happened with Kafusi. He obviously he scored decent, but he used to be like a 70 average back in the day. And then honestly, not too much else to write home about. None of these guys have done that well. Get down. I mean, Herman Esaesi also. I mean, he was playing starting lock. I thought Esaesi could have been a really good pickup, but he hasn't. The minutes really haven't been there for Esaesi. He's been good when he's on the field, but just the minutes haven't been there. Who we got? Tyrone Peachy. No, thank you. So yeah, Joe Tarpany. I mean, he's averaging 49.5. It's okay. Soliola. I wouldn't go him, obviously. Cohen Hess. Cohen Hess could be an okay pickup, but again, I don't know. I would want Luciano Leilua, but I don't know. That's the thing. The only thing that's stopping me with the Corey Horsburgh, and obviously I'm talking as if the season's going ahead, which it's not, so everything's screwed up anyway. But Corey Horsburgh, obviously John Bateman's coming back, so the issue is that he'll play back row, and Horsburgh, my prediction is that Horsburgh will go back to starting prop, which probably won't be too big an issue for him. I think he'll still play big minutes and score well, because he's a really good player and he's got a good offload in him. So I think, honestly, Liam Knight and Corey Horsburgh, I think they're pretty similar in terms of not ability. I think Horsburgh's a better player, but you know, they both got an offload. They both got a higher work rate. So I think Horsburgh's just a better pickup for the price. So I probably still would do that. And you know what? Let's just do it now. I mean, why not? Any other good front row options hanging around here? Not really. Thomas Burgess, Saifidi. There's a couple of good. There are a couple of good prop options though, and that's actually one I was looking at. Well, Emre Gula. Obviously, he scored a huge score in the first round because he got a couple of attacking stats, but 44 in round 2, and he just plays big minutes. So honestly, you could go. I wouldn't mind, but I don't think I could go Gula because again, Bateman's going to be coming back, and then Horsburgh should go to prop, so that means Gula is going to get less minutes because Louis will probably go back to the bench. So Gula would be. I mean, if you got someone to trade, I would get Gula in because he's going to make a lot of cash and he is a good player. But I think I'm all again. I keep having to remind myself that it doesn't really matter. What the hell have I done? Oh, I swapped them. I was like, where the fuck did Williams go? I bloody swapped them. What am I doing? I guess, okay, it doesn't really matter, I guess. And then we can trade Liam Knight for Luciano Leilua. So that's... Can I get Mattinson? No, definitely not. So that's there you go. That's probably what my trades were going to be. Corey Horsburgh for Liam Knight and Luciano for Jack Williams. Again, I might not have done this because I could have, and I might reverse it because obviously the season might eventually continue. I don't know what they're going to do with like trades and stuff, but I could keep Liam Knight and just get Cohen Hess over Jack Williams. I've got to get rid of the only real thing here is I've got to get rid of Jack Williams. Liam Knight, he could be a hold for at least a week or so, but Jack Williams has got to go. So yeah, that's the round 2 review. Hopefully guys have enjoyed the Super Coach. Hopefully it's back at some point, but fingers are crossed, but they're not. It's not hopeful. Let's be real. So yeah, hopefully guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.